Okay,
Yes.
good morning everyone. Today, after a short break, we came with our old series on marriage. Today's topic is importance of muhurta for a successful marriage. So we have three panelists today: Sudhakar Garu, Arnima Madam, and Ravi sir. If time permits, it's Gnaneswar will come there. So I request Arnima Madam to start the proceeding with the prayer. After that, Sudhakar sir will commence today's meeting.
So, with the blessings of divine, let us bow down to Goddess Saraswati. Om ya kundendu tushar har dhavala ya shubhva stravita ya veera vardand mandit kara ya shwet padmasana ya brahma shat shankara prabhudevi devai sada vandita Sama Patu Saraswati Bhagavati Nisheshajadyapaha. Let us begin.
Sudhakar sir. Sudhakar sir, unmute yourself.
You are unmuted. Please unmute, sir.
Om Gam Mahaganaadhipate Namaha. Om Sri Matre Namaha. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. So, welcome to Kalgati channel. Today's topic it is Muhurtha, auspicious Muhurtha for marriage. So, Vedic astrology, which is the vast subject for marriage, two people combine together and live long and give generation to generation, give birth to a child. So rotate the generation. It is the creation of gods and goddesses. So whenever we start a work, we can select a good day, good time, good date. So these three should be followed in marriage also. Right person, right date, right time. Yes, it is not possible to all. Only good astrologers can analyze and calculate such a muhurta, which is auspicious for marriage. So in Vedic astrology, 5 elements should be described clearly about muhurta. So we can select such 5 elements which are suitable on that day. One is Vara, Nakshatra, Tidhi, Yoga, and Karana. So these are 5 elements are basic for finding auspicious muhurta for marriage. At least uttering the Vara will help one to enjoy longevity. Uttering Nakshatra will help one to dissolve bad karma. Uttering Tidhi will help one to enjoy immense wealth. Uttering Yoga will help one to keep deep afflictions away. Uttering Karana will help one to get desires fulfilled. So really, these are 5 elements of the basic in Panchanga by everyone, by Panchanga, and read at least every day what vara, what nakshatra, what tithi today, what yoga today, what karana. So really, they will be double blessed by the God. They will go to heaven. Really, it is in astrology. So for vara, we can select an auspicious day should be selected for muhurta. Sunday is ruled by sun. Monday is ruled by moon. Tuesday ruled by Mars. Wednesday ruled by Mercury. Thursday ruled by Jupiter. Friday ruled by Venus. Saturday ruled by Saturn. So Sunday, Tuesday, Saturday, these are not good for marriage, not auspicious, not favorable days. Because sun, which is arrogance and authoritative, and it is good for health, not for marriage. For Ayurveda, as the sun is Sunday is a favorable, and Monday is ruled by moon, but he will go for second marriage also. So that's why keep it aside. And Saturday, which is ruled by Saturn, yes, he must have a lot of passions and separations, divided sometimes. It is possible. So that Sunday, Tuesday quarrel, sometimes fighting, sometimes not to understand. They are not able to understand with each other. So they may be divided. So that's why Tuesday and Saturday are not favorable and auspicious days for muhurta marriage. And the remaining days, Wednesday represents happiness and communication skills, talents, knowledge, so intelligence. Thursday represents knowledge, legal, rules and regulations. Yes, Friday represents happiness over joy. So these days are very auspicious for muhurta, for marriage muhurta. And next one is the nakshatras. Rohini nakshatra and Mragasira, Maka, Hasta, Swati, Uttara, Anuradha, Mula, Uttarashada, Uttarabhadra, Ravati. So these star lords are very favorable and auspicious for marriage muhurta. Rohini, which is a Rohini star, which is ruled by moon, it gives a happiness, enjoy. And Mragasira gives energy and search for new things. Put his energy on his domestic life. Try to solve every problem. And Uttara, so it helps him to do work for others. But here he helps a lot to his wife and children. So that's why Uttara star lord is also very favorable. And Hasta, it is a golden hand. A person who was born on Hasta star lord, yes, he has a golden hand. So it means he helps to the others. And Swati star lord, which is a very shining and bright future he must have. He has a lot of imaginations, dreams, big dreams in his mind. Yes, he thoroughly work out in his life and try to achieve his dreams. So that is a Swati. And Anuradha star lord, which is ruled by Saturn. Yes, love and affection must be there, but with through rules and regulations and boundaries and limitations must be here. And Moola star lord, which gives knowledge and set right everything. Old things should be put it aside and search for new things. So that's why Moola star lord is also very powerful. And Uttarashada, which gives him power and authority. And Uttarabhadra, which is ruled by Saturn. Yes, he must have such a principles, social norms, social rights should be followed in a right way. Yes, Rayala star lord, he worships the gods and goddesses. Worshipping the gods and goddesses is also auspicious for the for marriage muhurta. So these star lords are favorable. And tidis. Next one is, the third one is the tidhi. We should follow. We can calculate and analyze which tidhi is favorable. From Sukla Paksha, Vidya, Tadiya, Panchami, Saptami, Dasami, Ekadasi, Trayodasi. So these are favorable and auspicious for marriage muhurta. And Bahula Paksha, Padyami, Vidya, Tadiya, Panchami, Saptami, Dasami are favorable and auspicious for marriage muhurta. So remaining these should not be used for marriage muhurta because it should be Panchanga Suddhi. After done Panchanga Suddhi, yes, those should be used. Otherwise, we can't analyze and calculate such theories. And next one, yoga. 27 yogas. Vishkumbha yoga, Atiganda, Sola, Ganda, Vyagata, Vajra, Vyatipata, Hariga, Vaidruti. Actually 27 yogas, but these 9 yogas should be avoided. So particularly Vyatipata, Hariga and Vaidruti should be avoided because a bride suffer from disease, a bridegroom, a drunkard, or meat eater, and many more hurdles in his life. So that's why remaining 18 should be used and these 9 should be avoided. So that is a yoga. And Karanam, Bhava, Balava, Kaulava, Taitila, Gara, Vaniza, Vishti, Shakuni, Chatushpada, Naga, Kimstunga. So these are half a Tithi or moon phase. There are fixed karnas, 4 fixed karnas, and 7 movable karnas will be there. And Taitila is very favorable, and Kaulava also for good for wedding. So Karanas, yogas and Karanas should be selected properly for a marriage muhurta. So then only we can identify which one, which date and which day or which time is auspicious, we may select it. Particularly Lagna Suddhi and Saptama Ashtama Suddhi can be seen properly. So Lagna Suddhi means when there is a Jupiter and a Venus in ascendant, yes, Lagna Suddhi may be happen. So Jupiter and Venus, which are auspicious planets, so that for marriage purpose, those are very useful to him. And it aspects on 7th, it aspects on 5th, it aspects on 9th. So that's why personally or individually, so his character and behavior is good, and he has a high knowledge, and he has children in future, and in 7th aspect. So good relationship should be maintained with each other. So that's why Jupiter and Venus, so which conjunction or even individual planet, Jupiter or Venus occupies the ascendant. Yes, it is a very better form. And it aspects on 9th also. That's why luck and fortune is a very favorable to him. So in Hindus particularly, we may see all these days and dates, time, which are favorable for everyone. Whatever work we start, for example, new business start. Yes, he will approach a good astrologer and select one. And in job, if he enters in new job, yes, he go and consult the astrologer. But a marriage which gives him a life, a bright future. So that's what he must approach suitable or a good astrologer and select one date, right person, right date, right time should be selected properly. But mostly in a philosophical way, no person in this world is good. No person in this world is bad. But we can analyze it. Yes, such a person should maintain good relationship with his wife. And such a person should not do such a good relationship, should not maintain good relationship with his wife, we can say. So that's why Jupiter and Venus, which occupies ascendant, is good. When Jupiter is in Candras, 1st house, 4th house, 7th house, and 10th house, as usually, evil influence should be reduced, or as a Shashtami, or Ashtami, or Dwadasi, influences should be reduced. And Venus, which is the Shubhagraha, yes, gives you luxurious life and happiness, a good strength to you, good knowledge, good adjustment with his wife. So such a beautiful and a suitable planet it is for the human beings. So that Jupiter, Venus, and Mercury. Mercury's intelligence is also very important for the human beings. Talents, tricks should be followed. So he must speak to his wife with talent. Sometimes he could escape from his blameless. So that's why Mercury should be strong in his chart. From his birth chart to Muhurtha chart, which is different. So from his birth chart gives him a life, gives him a Muhurtha Lagna, which gives him power, strength, and knowledge. And sometimes he can change his behavior and character, which is already loosened. So it can be rectified through this Muhurtha Balam. So amicably, he will go when he has such a good Muhurtha for marriage. So that's why we can analyze such a auspicious and a favorable Muhurtha for marriage. So these are 5 elements along with the Jupiter, Venus, and Mercury. So Saptama, Ashtama Suddhi must be there. And 8th and 12th, and 8th and 12th Sthana Suddhi must be there. It is better for him to get a good, to lead a better life. Thank you very much, Pedraj sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Sudhakar sir, for your time for today's meeting. Next, Arnima ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Opinion on
So,
Yeah,
now, like already Sudhakar sir, he has very well explained like which all things are important while analyzing the muhurat. Okay. So why, first of all, we should understand why it is so important to check muhurat while doing any auspicious event in our life. So marriage is very important event in our lives. Why? Because jobs you can change maybe multiple times. A person can change a job, but marriage, it is very important because it is another phase of life. You are giving someone else also a chance where 2 people and 2 families are coming together to live a new life in a new way, understanding both the sides. Okay, understanding is very important. There should be sharing of sanskars of each other. Okay, so it depends a lot when that particular event is performed, because when a certain task is done, certain work is done, that time the combination of the planets should be in a favorable or auspicious condition. If that is not there, then you won't get the proper blessings. While solemnizing a marriage, the planetary combinations, the auspiciousness of the planets should be there. Also, the gods should be awake to bless a marriage. That is why it is very important to check muhurat for marriage, and marriage should be performed in a auspicious muhurat or timings. Already Sudhakar sir, he has explained like there are 5 elements that are very important while deciding timing for marriage. So those 5 elements are var, tithi, nakshatra, yoga, karna. Okay, along with positioning of moon and also sun. But anyhow, see what I through Kalagati, what we want to convey to you is because now we are adopting so much of Western culture that we have forgotten to give that importance to astrology, okay, matchmaking, and checking muhurta. That is very important, and the is the very first step that we have to do while thinking of getting like your son or daughter or any member getting into a marriage. Now, already sir has explained like what are the 5 elements, what is their importance, and also what are the auspicious nakshatras that I will repeat again for anyone who might have missed. So Rohini Nakshatra, it is very, very important and most auspicious nakshatra that is considered for marriage. Mrigashira Nakshatra, then Magha Nakshatra is also favorable. Uttar Falguni Nakshatra, Hasta Nakshatra, Swati Nakshatra, Anuradha Nakshatra, Mula Nakshatra, Uttar Ashad Nakshatra, Revati Nakshatra. All these nakshatras are considered favorable and marriage can be performed in this nakshatra, provided you have to also check the positioning of moon. Now moon, it is the mind. It is very, very important in all the horoscopes. While checking any horoscope individually also, we have to check first the dignity of the moon, its positioning. So in checking the muhurat, we have to analyze the positioning of moon as well. So first, what are the things that we have to keep in mind? See, when first we have to check the Chandra Rashi of the native for whom we are deciding the marriage. Okay, whatever will be the moon Rashi of the native, we will have to analyze the dignity of moon transit from that particular Rashi. Okay, moon is so very important in this, because if the moon is in good dignity, it will be good for sun as well as for other planets. Okay, so it is important for the moon to be in a good transit, in good bow, and with good dignity. Good houses for marriage, it is already discussed by Sudhakar sir. While checking the muhurat, the moon transit in Shukla Paksh, it is favorable houses will be second, also third, fifth, sixth is also considered favorable here, seventh, ninth, 10th, and 11th. 11th is considered very, very auspicious. When moon is transiting in 11th, then it will give favorable results. Bad houses will be 4th, 8th, and 12th transit. Also, if transit is through good houses, it should be seen like what is the Lord. If the moon is what is the sign of the that particular house? If the moon is transiting in its own house, or if it is exalted, and even in D9 the dignity is good, then it will be considered favorable and auspicious. Moon, if it is transiting in Scorpio, because here it will be called in to be in a Neech Rashi. So in this case, it will not be considered favorable. Okay, so overall, like we have to check what are the panchang, what are the 5 elements, if they are favorable, whether they are favorable or not, the auspicious nakshatra, what yogas are forming, we have to focus on that, positioning of moon, and it's all these things should be analyzed properly, and based on that muhurat is decided. Checking muhurat, deciding that particular timing is very, very important, but it is not a very easy task, and neither it is a very short subject. It is a very vast subject. A very good astrologer shall be able to help a person in finding proper muhurat. Also, some points that we should not forget, we should keep in mind, is that suppose whenever you approach an astrologer, do not propose to give him a particular month that I have to get my son or daughter married in these months only, so please tell me the proper timing. That is a wrong practice. In fact, we have to overall let the astrologer propose the dates. Okay, so because marriage is a very important event in a person's life. Okay, the entire life, as Sudhakar sir told, entire generation and generation after generation will be linked to that particular muhurta. So let a good astrologer decide instead of proposing our own dates in a particular month. Okay, so when an astrologer, he is open to choose, select or advise you proper timings after analyzing the charts of both bride and groom, he will be able to give you proper dates. So this is all I have to say, and I'll hand over.
On importance of fixing muhurta for a successful marriage.
Yes, sir. First of all, first we need to know what is muhurta. Muhurta is a special time. So good muhurta is a special time where it will give you the blessings of gods. So the muhurta is 2 gadiyas. That means 48 minutes. Okay. So that is called as a muhurta, a unit of a time. So why you want to follow muhurtas? Why we want to choose muhurta? So that is very important. Why not I can marry in a bad muhurta? Why I want to make marriage in a good muhurta? Will I want to follow muhurta or not? Okay, is muhurta is necessary for a good marriage? Okay, if I do marriage in a bad muhurta, will I get a divorce? Yeah, these type of questions will be there. So suppose, for example, you want to go to a temple, okay, with your family. Which time you will prefer? Either in the morning or afternoon or in evening. Okay. So in the morning, the climate is good for spirituality. Okay. You will go in early morning and do Daiva Darshana. You will not go to afternoon. Afternoon, heavy heat. Okay. So you will skip the afternoon timings. So in the evening time, you can't see what are the special features in the temple and the surroundings around the temple. So at the night, we're not able to, the visibility will be very low. So we always prefer to go in the morning, okay, to temple. So this is the base of the choosing muhurta, okay, choosing a good time to get success. Okay. So you can go to temple afternoon also, but there are some disadvantages. Okay. Heavy heat, scorching heat, you may get sweat. Okay. You may not go around temple to see the special features of the temple. So you can go to temple afternoon also, but there are some disadvantages. If you go in the early morning, there are some advantages. This is the muhurta theory. Okay. You can marry whatever time you want. Okay, but if you marry in good muhurta, there are some advantages. Okay, if you marry in the bad muhurta, there are some disadvantages. Yeah, so choose wisely. That's why our ancestors given this muhurta, okay, to decide the muhurta in order to get into a successful marriage. Okay, so we want to, when we start big things in our life, okay. So big things, big changeovers in our life, so we always seek the suitable way. Okay. We always facilitate a smooth passage. Okay. That's why we choose muhurta. Okay. So suppose there is a saying called Ashtami Vyadi Nashini. When you take medicine on Ashtami Tidhi, okay, the medicine will affect, okay, 100 times. Because at the time, Ashtami Tidhi, there is a lesser gravitational force of moon on earth. Okay. Ashtami will come in the middle. In the Paurnami and Amavasya, there is middle Ashtami. So there is a lesser gravitational pull on earth. So whatever the medicine you take, that will cure your diseases very effectively. Okay. So that is a good muhurta. So you can take medicine on your preferable day, but Ashtami Tidhi Vyadi Nashini. Ashtami Vyadi Nashini. So choosing a good time will give you some advantages, added advantages. So there are so many gravitational pulls on Earth. Okay, from in the solar system, every planet is possessing some gravitational pull on each other. So mainly focusing on the moon. Moon gravitational pull is heavier on the Earth. So the moon is an important planet. So this moon is represents as our heart. So all the emotional things are dependent on the moon. So moon is the main character to decide in the muhurta, vivaha muhurta. So you want to follow or not, that you decide. Okay. So whatever time you need, you can marry. Okay, no issues. But if you marry prescribed muhurta, vivaha muhurta, there will be added advantages. Okay, you can succeed your life in a better way. Okay. So the easiest way. You can also choose whatever the muhurta, bad muhurtas are. Some people will not follow anything. Okay. So tribals, see this knowledge of tribals. Okay. Tribals don't know about all these things. Okay. Now, they don't know how to fix marriage muhurtas, all those things. But they will conduct their marriages. I have seen many tribals are conducting their marriage in abhijit muhurta at the time of around 12, when sun is on the forehead. Okay. So they consider that muhurta. Okay. There is no dosha at all. Okay. At the time they will marry. Some of the family lineages will marry at Akshaya Tritiya, where moon and sun got exalted at that time. When you see the chart, so in Akshaya Tritiya, sun and moon will get exalted. Okay. So in that time, we don't want to see any Tithi, Vara, Muhurta, nothing. Okay. You can marry at the time. So some of the families I have seen, they marry at Akshaya Tritiya. Like that, there are so many are there. Okay. So we can't discuss all those things. The prescribed text they given, Eka Vishanta Mahadoshas. Okay. When fixing a good Muhurta, we need to see Eka Vishanta Mahadoshas. Okay. Eka Vishanta Mahadoshas are the prescribed things which we need to consider while deciding the Muhurta. Okay. Eka Vishanta means 21. 21 checks we need to see to decide a Muhurta. First one is Panchanga Shuddhi. Panchanga Shuddhi means it's decide best Tithi, Vara, Nakshatra, Yoga, Karanas. Okay. Check the Tithi, Vara, Nakshatra, Yoga, Karanas. Okay. So are they good or not? And the second one is Surya Sankramana. When if you fix a Muhurta at the time of Surya Sankramana, that is bad. Okay. Surya Sankramana means sun transiting from one Rashi to another Rashi. Okay. So you need to check Surya Sankramana. We need to avoid that Surya Sankramana time. Kartari doshas. Okay. So Kartari doshas means if you fix a Muhurta, that Lagna should not be in between two malefic planets. Okay. That is Kartari dosha. Sastashta Ripagata Chandra dosha. Moon should not be there in 6, 8, 12. When you decide a Lagna for Muhurta, Vivaha Muhurta, moon should not be in 6, 8, 12. Sangraha Chandra dosha. Moon should not conjunct with any planet. Sangraha Chandra dosha. Udayastha Shuddhi. You need to check your Lagna and 7th house also. Okay. What is the strength of Lagna? What is the strength of 7th house? That is also we need to check. So Durmuhurta. So we need to avoid Durmuhurta timings. You can see that in your calendars. Sunday, there is a specific time, 4:30 to 5:10, 5:20, Durmuhurta. Monday, there are specific times are there for every day. Yeah. So Durmuhurtas we need to avoid. Tithi Gandantaras. Tithi Gandantaras are there. Some of the Tithis will have that Gandas. Okay. We should avoid that. So Panchami, Dashami, Paurnami, in these Tithis, we need to leave last phases of 2 Gadiyas. Okay. Last 2, that means 48 minutes. Right? Shashti, Ekadasi, Pajami. Okay. So first 2 Gadis we need to leave. So there are certain specific elements are there. Tithi Gandantaras. Bhrugushatka. Bhrugushatka means Bhrugu means Shukra. Shukra should not be in 6th. When you decide a Muhurta, we need to see Shukra is there in the 6th. Then you need to avoid. Kuja Ashta. So Mars should not be in 8th. Okay. So that will destroy that goodness of that lagna. Okay. Ashtama lagna dosha. Ashtama lagna dosha. So when you see bride and bridegroom's charts and the vivaha muhurta chart, okay, that lagna should not be 8. When you count from a bride chart and a bridegroom chart, the vivaha muhurta lagna should not be at 8. Okay. Rashi Vishagatika lagna tyadya. Okay, lagna tyadya. So there are certain times for every rashi. So Wednesday, Saturdays. So any rashi, so first Navamsha we need to check. Somvara and Shukravara middle Navamsha. Mangala Guruvara last Navamshas we should leave. So there are we elaborately will discuss all these things in a separate videos. Kunavamsha dosha. Kunavamsha dosha is Navamsha. Navamsha, there should be no male fix, okay, attached to Lagna in Navamsha. Papa Shadvargas, Papa Graha should not gain strength in Shadvargas. Vara dosha. So we need to leave Saturday and Tuesday, mainly Tuesday. So we need to leave. We should not keep a marriage muhurtas at Tuesdays and Saturdays. Grahanat pata dosha. So when there is eclipse is happening, so we should leave those things, those days. Ekargala dosha, argalas, there are argalas are there. That is a big topic. So we should check that ekargala argala dosha. Yeah. So Vishakumbha, some of the yogas are there. Vishakumbha. So at that time, if you keep that muhurta, it will affect you very badly. So Vishkumbha, a kind of a Karana yoga. Vishkumbha is ruled by Yama. So it is people will not keep this in this Vishkumbha yoga. Okay. The muhurta should avoid the Vishkumbha yoga. So Krura Samyuta dosha. So Krura Samyuta dosha. So here, when moon is in a Rashi, so transiting in a Rashi, so there are prescribed time before and after. We should leave those times. So, so that is not a good time when moon, sun is transiting to other Rashi. That is Sankramana. So Krura Samyuta dosha. So Akala Gharjita dosha, Vrishti dosha. So there is a Vrishti Karana is there where it will give some the people think that that's a bad woman will be there at that time. Mahapata dosha. Mahapata dosha, this is also one yoga, Vyatipata. So it will give you some disasters at that time. So we should avoid that Vyatipata yoga. Okay. These are all Panchanga. Vaidruti dosha. Vaidruta dosha is a Vaidruti. We need to check the yoga, Vaidruti. So that will give you bad results when you keep the muhurta at that time. So these are all 21. Okay. Once again, I will repeat all those things. So first one is Panchanga Shuddhi. We should do Panchanga Shuddhi, Tithivara Nakshatra Yoga Karanas. And second one is Surya Sankramana. So we should avoid Surya Sankramana. Kartari doshas. So Lagna should not be occupied by malefics in like from the Lagna, second house or 12th house. Should you need to check. So Kartari doshas. Sastanga Rifagata dosha, Chandra dosha. Moon should not be in 6, 8, 12. Sangraha Chandra dosha. Moon should not conjunct with any planet. Udayastha Shuddhi. So we need to check the strength of Lagna and 7th house. Durmuhurta, we should avoid Durmuhurta. Tidhi Gandantaras, so we need to check Tidhi Gandantaras. Burgashatkas, so Sukra, the Venus should not be in 6th house. Kuja Ashtama, so Mars should not be in 8th house. Ashtama Lagna Dosha, so we need to count Muhurta, vivaha Muhurta Lagna from bridegroom chart and bride chart. It should not be in 8th. Rasha Vishagatika, Lagna Thyaja times we should avoid. And Kunavamsha Dosha, Navamsha, there should be malefics. Okay, it's related to malefics in the Navamsha. Papa Shadvargas with attaining malefics, attaining good strength in Shadvargas, we need to avoid. Vara Dosha, so Tuesday and Saturdays we need to leave. Grahanatpata Dosha, Grahana time, eclipse times we need to avoid. Ekargala Dosha, and this is also one yoga. Okay, yoga related thing. Akala, Garjita, Vishti dosha is also one karana. We need to avoid those karanas. Mahapata dosha is Yatipata, we need to avoid that timings. Okay. Vaidruti dosha, also we need to Vaidruti. Yoga, that is related to one yoga. We need to avoid that Vaidruti also. So these are all some of the Ekav Shanti, 21 checks we need to do while fixing a vivaha muhurta. So, what are the good nakshatras for fixing a vivaha muhurta? So, Rohini, Mrugashira, Uttara Falguni, Hasta, Swati, Anuradha, Uttarashada, Uttara Bhadra, and Revati, Makha, Mula. So these are the stars we can consider for fixing a good marriage muhurta. So this Sukla Paksha is better than Krishna Paksha. So Shukla Paksha will move towards Paurnami, full moon. So Shukla Paksha is need to consider. Okay, so not mandatory, we need to consider. Okay, so what are the good rashis? Okay. So to fix the vivaha muhurta, so Miduna, Kanya, Tula. Yeah, these are the very good for vivaha muhurta. So then in next level, Vrishaba, that means Taurus, and Karkataka, Cancer, Simha, Dhanas, Sagittarius, and Kumbha, Aquarius, and Meena, okay, Pisces. So these are all second grade for good vivaha muhurta, fixing muhurta. So we need to give last options for Mesha, Vrishika, so which are ruled by Mars, and Makara, which is ruled by Saturn. So those are last grade. Adama. What are the good tithis? Shukla Paksha, I told Shukla Paksha is good. Okay, in that Vidya, Thadiya, Panchami, Saptami, Dasami, Ekadashi, Trayodasi are good. Okay. So we need to avoid Krishna Paksha or Bahula Paksha. Okay, so maximum we need to avoid. So there are some Chidra Thidulu. Okay, Saviti, Sashti, Ashtami, Dwadasi, Chaturdasi, Chidra. Okay. So those are not good. Those thidis are not good. Chidra, Paksha Chidra Thidulu. Rekta Thidulu. Rekta. So Chaviti, Navami, Chaturdasi we need to avoid. Okay. Trisostakam, Mrugashira, Pushya, Magha, Phalguna. These are all the months. Okay. And also Navami, Ashtami, these at that time, Trisostakam. So these should be avoided. So Somavar, what are the good days for marriage? Soma, so that is Monday, ruled by moon, and Thursday ruled by Guru, Jupiter, and Friday ruled by Shukra. These three are very good. So Monday, Thursday, and Friday are very good. And in the second row, so middle, so Buddha, Wednesday, Sunday. So these are all medium. First grade is Monday, Thursday and Friday. Second grade is Wednesday and Sunday. We should avoid Saturday and Tuesday. We should avoid. What are the good masa? What are the good months for vivaha? For vivaha. So Magha, Falguna, Vaishaka, Jeshta. These months are very good. Kartika, Margasira are medium. The remaining all are not good. So yogas, Vetipata, Dhruva, Mrityu, we should avoid. These yogas we should avoid. Ganda, Vajra, Shula, Vishkamba, Atiganda, Vyaghata, Mariyu, Hariga, Vishta. These are all we should avoid. So these will not give good results. So we should check Lagna and seventh Lord's strengths. We should think that always we need to see the Lagna strength and seventh house Lord, how it is. So if seventh house Lord is exalted, if Lagna Lord exalted, that is very tremendous strength. Chart is having, that Muhurta is having a tremendous strength. So there should be empty in seventh house and eighth house. Okay, so that is optional, but that is called Saptama Shuddhi, Ashtama Shuddhi. Okay, so clean. So nobody, third person should not enter into seventh house. Okay, in between couple. So that's why they maintain Saptama Shuddhi, Ashtama. It's optional. So in seventh house, if Mars or Saturn or Rahu is very dangerous. That muhurtas we need to avoid. If it is in Lagna or seventh house, if you see Mars, Saturn, Rahu, we should avoid those things. And if Lagna and seventh house, if Jupiter is aspecting or Venus is aspecting or Moon is aspecting, that is very good again. So we should check all these things. Abhijit Lagna, Abhijit. So Abhijit Lagna, this Lagna, Abhijit Lagna will fructify very good results. So without considering, you blindly can go to Abhijit Lagna. Okay. So that is the fourth Lagna in a day. So Lagna is 48 minutes, I think. So that is a fourth Lagna. Ashesha Dosha Parihara, Abhijit Lagna. Yeah. So 3 Jeshtas. So 3 Jeshtas, Jeshta Nakshatra we need to check. Okay. So if a Muhurta is in Jeshta Nakshatra and the bride is Jeshta Nakshatra or Jeshta Putra, so these kind of permutation combinations we need to avoid. 3 Jeshta. No 3 Jeshtas should occur. Okay. So at the eclipse time, we should avoid marriage. Okay. So we need to check. So Maudhyami also we should avoid. Okay, Sukra Maudhyami, Guru Maudhyami. Okay, those things we need to avoid. Now Sukra Maudhyami is going on. Okay? So there is no vivahas in this time. Okay. Kshaya Masa we need to avoid vivahas. Adhika Masa also we need to avoid. So these are all some of the important things we need to consider at the time of fixing a muhurta. There are so many are there, but these are all we know. So nowadays, in this 1% also not following. Even 1% also people are not following. Yeah, as Arnima madam said, we should give full freedom to astrologer to fix the vivaha muhurta. Okay. So nowadays people are asking, sir, please fix marriage at a Sunday so that all the relatives, friends will have a free time. They will attend the marriage. If you keep the marriage in working days, people will not come. Okay. These type of situations are coming on. So nowadays it's like people are asking, demanding to keep muhurtas at night time. Okay. So, or at evening times. It's flexible for working people. It is flexible. So all people are working. That's why. But we should not do like that for the people sake of people convenience. Okay, we should not keep a bride and bridegroom, the couple, into difficult situations. Okay, the vivaha muhurta should be very strong to achieve a good married life and to possess a good married life. Okay. So these are all the some of the instincts, okay, what we follow in fixing marriage muhurta. Marriage muhurta, fixing marriage muhurta, it's time-taking process, but very good person who astrologer, as said, Madam said, we need to give freedom. Okay, and are these? There are some bad astrologers and there are some good astrologers. Okay, there is a difficult time is going on, so people are leaving all these traditions. Okay, so that several divorces are happening. So please consider this Muhurtha topic. Okay, in your relatives or newly married people, you should follow our traditions. Over to you, Pedra sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Our panel completed their views on importance of muhurta for successful marriage. So we'll start our question and answer session. So anyone in this call have questions, they can raise your hand and ask your query regarding this topic. So meanwhile, I have one question, sir, before this other person's ask question. So while fixing any muhurta, if the bride and bridegroom does not have any birth details, say like I got one query yesterday in WhatsApp, one Hindu girl and Muslim boy want to marry. So what muhurta they can fix on this conditions like this?
Sir, you are asking me, sir.
Bride and bridegroom does not have any birth details.
Okay.
And another point is both are, sorry to stop you, both are performing intercaste marriage.
Okay. So abhijit lagna is very good, sir. Okay. Abhijit lagna is very good for fixing. But while considering all these things, we should panchanga shuddhi, okay, Tithi Vara Nakshatra, Yoga Karana, we should take into consideration. Abhijit Lagna, there are some auspicious days, like I said, Akshaya Tritiya. So in those days also, without seeing all these things, we can keep marriage muhurta at that time. Okay, there are specific conditions are there. Okay? At that time, we can do. Especially at Akshaya Tritiya, we should not consider any Tithi Vara, all these muhurtas, because sun and moon will be exalted at that time. So at that muhurta is very good. So if it is not available, you can go for Abhijit Lagna by avoiding this, Duru Muhurtas, Rahu Kalas, Yamagandas, all those things. We can keep the muhurta. Okay, these are all Ekavishanta doshas are there. So in this most possible way, we need to keep a muhurta. Okay. So even though bride or bridegroom don't have any charts, the time, the day where you are choosing, at that time, that time should be without affecting with any malefics, that lagna should be very good. So then only we will have we can see a prosperity in marriage life.
Okay, Sudhakar sir, what is the important months for get married?
Actually, Falguna Masam. So some of the months are suitable and auspicious for marriage muhurta. So Kartika Masam, Marga Krisha. These two are middle, and Falguna Masam, Vaisakha Masam, these are favorable and auspicious.
Okay, sir. Thank
So
you.
month means sun transit. Sun transit. So when it is not debilitated, so such a month should be selected and calculated such a correct time and correct date. So this one is suitable for marriage muhurta.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Anyone from the participant list, you have any question? You have unmute yourself and ask question now. Rohan, Sai, Prasad.
Okay, sir. There are no questions, I believe. You
Yeah.
conclude?
We will conclude, sir. Concluding remarks.
Yeah. So, vivaha muhurta nowadays it's not going in a good way. People are not considering that. Even though the astrologers, the pundits are also leaving all these restrictions and constraints while fixing the vivaha muhurta. So that age-old tradition is getting modernized. Okay. So we are not current generation is not following all these things. So maximum we need to check this all the constraints and choose a good time in order to get a success. Okay. So hope you people follow our age-old traditions while fixing the vivaha muhurta. Thank you.
Sir, we have one question from chat. Rohan wanted more about Mars in 8th house at the time of marriage muhurta.
There is a concept called Saptama Shuddhi and Ashtama Shuddhi. Okay. So 7th house is all related to relationship, bondings, contract. Okay. Marriage is also like a business. So business deals, all those things will come in 7th house. 8th house is help. Okay. So 8th house is union of two bodies, okay, sexual things, and 8th house represents also taking help from others. Okay. So if Mars is there in the 8th house, there will be a quarrels in taking help from others. Okay. There will be a quarrel. So there will be fights while asking help from others. So marriage is the time where we need to help each other. There are many works will be there in the marriage at the time of marriage. So at that time, if that vivaha muhurta is having a 8th kuja, there is no mutual kind of understanding between each other. So that help, whenever the help comes, there will be a fights and there will be a words exchange, bad words exchange will be happening. That's why they consider avoiding 8th Mars in the muhurta, in fixing the muhurta. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you all our panelists. Thank you for all thank you to all participants. So today's session is over. We will meet next week. Okay. Ravi sir.